Hi guys, it's Cassie with Harlows Earth, and welcome this week to week 32 of your pregnancy. I hope you're doing awesome this week. I know we're journeying into our third trimester, which may mean a little bit lower energy, so if naps are back on your plate, welcome them, right? Every season is a season of change, so embracing the change, whatever that may look like. Maybe you're still flying high on your energy. Wherever you are, here we are today practicing prenatal yoga, week 32 of this beautiful, beautiful journey. Maybe you're feeling a little bit of low back distress, pelvic floor, issues with all the relaxin ligaments in your pelvis. I am. So we're going to work that. We're going to make it feel really good, really fluid. So hopefully by the end of today, you're going to feel fabulous. All right, here we go, week 32.
Sitting up nice and tall now, rooting through the earth as your right hand comes to heart, left hand to your growing bambino, and breathing into this moment. Deeply breathing up the spine, into the belly, widening your heart. And then exhale back out through your nose slowly, release your heart, releasing your belly. Same pattern. Continue the breath, continue expanding. Good. Go ahead and take the hands to the heart now. Lift the shoulders up and pull them back. Again, lift the shoulders, exhale them back. Keep going, let your head and neck go with it. Reverse, rolling the shoulders from the back to the front. Noticing any tension that you feel in your shoulders. If this is a great release, maybe you could do it more often, or maybe you could start to notice what is tensing those shoulders. Coming back up, take the hand to the right knee. We're going to take our right arm, reaching it up, spiraling it to the back. Good, same thing again with fluidity, movement. Inhale as your arm rises and lifts. Exhale to the back. Keep going. Reverse that, coming to the front now. Inhale and then exhale, trying to get the full range of motion in the shoulder. Bring all of your awareness and focus into the shoulder joints. Good, go ahead and relax. Let's switch to the opposite knee. This time taking the left arm, reaching it up, exhaling to the back. Inhale, reach. Exhale behind. Again, bringing that mindfulness right into the shoulder socket. Noticing if there's any points of tightness or stickiness in the shoulder. Let's reverse from the back, take it forward. Stay with your breath. Great work. Reach those feet out in front of you now. We're going to take our right foot over the left knee and reach towards that long foot. Good. You should be releasing that right hip. Notice any discomfort in the glutes or the low back. See if you can let them stretch and open. Rolling back up the spine. Very nice. Switch it up. Taking that left foot, crossing it over. Seeing if you can release the left knee as you hinge forward from the hips. Keep breathing long up the spine. See if you can release those hip flexors. Our mindfulness is in the isolation of the muscle groups right here. Good. Rolling on up the spine. Great work. Go ahead and take those hands to the mat as we come into a tabletop. Knees are right underneath the hips. Feel the tops of the feet into the mat. We're going to inhale right here in neutral pelvis and then exhale the spine up. Inhale, release to go through cow. Exhale to come into cat. Now as you continue this back and forth, really staying mindful here, trying to keep support on your belly, but noticing the weight of your baby here. Noticing the weight over your hands, it's distributed over the fingers. Pushing into the tops of your feet, lifting out of the shoulders. Back through the center. Great work. Reach the right arm up, left leg. Lifting them up so they're in one long line here. Good. We're going to pull the elbow and knee into the outsides. Reach them long. Bend the elbow and the knee, pulling laterally like a froggy. Reach it out. Exhale it in. Great balance. Keep going. Release back to earth. Come on down. Okay, let's try the other side. Left arm, right leg, big reach. One long line. And let's exhale them to froggy. Inhale to reach. Exhale, bend. Staying with the breath. Noticing any minor adjustments you're making. Certainly with your balance. Keeping the weight over your hands. Great work. Release back to earth. Come on down. Good. Let's drop to the elbows here. From here, we're going to go ahead and take the left leg now. Reach it back, lifting it up so it's in line with the spine. Bend the knee, and then opening the hip. So it's a little bit of like wild thing, but on our elbows. We're not flipping over into a back bend. Keep opening the hip, and then release, straightening the leg. Bring it back down to the ground and in. Try the other leg now. Right leg, reach it back. Extend up in line with the back. Then bend the knee, opening the hip so that the foot can go off to the side. Keep opening through the shoulder blades. Extend the leg, drawing it back down to the earth and in. Beautiful. Come back up onto the wrists. Great. Let's go ahead now, taking the left leg back again. And then pull it in to our pigeon pose. So you always have the option here with your pigeon pose of making that front leg perpendicular to the back or a little bit more parallel if it bothers the knee. You could put some pillows or bolsters underneath your hips. But keep breathing into the hip joint, really staying with it. If you're in discomfort with your knee or your hip, you're in it too deep. So back off just a little bit. Lift up onto the hands, extend the spine long, and then pull the left leg back and bring it up to the top of the mat, to the outside of the hands, facing your toes at a 45-degree angle outward. Coming into lizard pose here. If you want to take the stress off your knee, you can tuck your back foot. You could also drop onto your elbows. Coming into this pose mindfully, so you are where you feel that there's a hip opener, not going beyond that place. Good. Drop the knee, lift up onto the hands, slide your left leg back and down. Very nice work. Right leg, reach it up. And then pull it into our pigeon pose. Again, being mindful that each side of the body is different. Each day is different. So take any modification you like for this posture as you sink into it. Lifting back up onto the hands and then sliding the right leg back and bring it up to the top of the mat again for our lizard pose. Outside of the mat, toes point outward. You could stay right here, or you could drop to the elbows. You could lift the back knee. So many variations. Doing what feels right to you, that you can keep your alignment and your form. Drop your back knee, slide your right leg back and down. Go ahead, make your knees wide as you come back into a child's pose. Breathing through your back here. Lifting back up, tuck your toes to pop up to down dog. Good. Let's take our heels together, toes pointed outward as we do a plie in the knees, and then straightening them up. So lifting up the heels as you plie, drive your heels towards the ground to lengthen the legs. Make this about the legs, focusing right there on your hamstrings and your glutes. Great work. Let's take our right leg up now. Bring it in between the hands. We're going to spiral into a warrior two, back foot faces outward. And take and find this posture. You know it well, so make sure those hips are situated. Make sure those shoulders are dropped, knees over the front ankle. You can feel the weight on your back foot on all four corners. Good. Go ahead and facing the front now, changing the position of your feet. We're going to sink into a deep lunge, going as deep as you feel comfortable. So bending over the right knee, lifting up the left toes, and popping back up. Sinking lower, and lift. Good, keep going. Wonderful. Let's walk our toes in just a little bit so that the toes are still going to face out, and we're going to sink into a deep plie so that our knees can be right over the ankles. Again, drop down into a plie in second position and lift. Good. See about how long and lean you can make those legs as you lift. So you drop down, you're stabilizing through the core, and you lift up, engage those glutes and those quads. You got this. Drop it down this time and stay in our plie. We're going to rock side to side. Being in the movement and in the moment. Great work. Back through center. Shoot the arms up. Release. Exhale the arms out. Very nice. Let's go ahead and switch over to our left side, warrior two. Taking a minute to adjust. Find those small adjustments in the hips, in the shoulders, the front knee, the back foot. Good. Pelvis is right underneath you. Good. Go ahead, switch to the position of the feet as we're going to sink over the left knee, coming into a small lunge, lift back up. Same thing again, small bend and lift. Making sure you're coming straight down with your upper body. We're not sticking the booty out too far in the back. We're dropping down. Good. Let's bring in our feet slightly so that the toes are still facing out. Come down into our plie in second position and lift the arms, straightening the legs. Again, drop down plie, shoot the arms up to lengthen. Drop down plie, arms come together at the heart, shooting straight up. Release down plie. Again, those sit bones are dropping straight down below you. Very nice. Come on back down. We're going to hold this plie. Hands come to the heart. Rocking side to side. Good. Your baby enjoys the sway. We're part of it together. Extending and straightening the legs. Walk those feet in. Good. We're going to come into a first position for our plie. So toes face outward, heels are together, sinking down low into the plie until you have to lift up the heels. Once you reach the bottom, you can go ahead and grab onto your knees if you need to, or the floor in front of you. Keep thinking of lifting up. This is an active pose, not a resting pose. Drive those heels into the earth, shoot the arms up overhead, and go ahead and make the feet in parallel. Forward fold, make sure there's room for baby. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold. Roll it on up the spine. Great. Inhale, big reach. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold. Roll it on up. Take your time. Great. We're going to come now into our mountain pose. So those feet can be right underneath the hips. Roll the shoulders back. Palms face the front. Releasing yourself into this pose. So soften the eyes. Rooting yourself and tethering into the earth. Growing up through the backs of the legs, feeling the connection into your womb, lifting up through the spine, shoulders are released, all the way through the crown of the head. Great. Let's go ahead and take our balance pose here. So balancing on the left leg, lifting up the right, left arm's counterbalance, and opening up from the hip flexor. From here, if you wanted to grab a big toe and stretch and extend out the leg, you could. You could take any option you like here for your balance. Good. Slowly, gracefully come out of it. Back to earth. Shake it out. Okay. Changing your posture. Ready for the right leg balance. Lift the left. Right arm's counterbalance. And extend that hip open. Remember, you can have both arms up. You can take your left toes and extend them outward. Slowly come down, back to earth. Inhale, big reach. Exhale, swan dive to forward fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold. Take your hands to the mat as you step back into down dog. Stretching through the spine, lengthening the shoulders. Walk the heels into the mat. Go ahead and drop those knees to the earth, sitting back into child's pose, making sure there's plenty of room in there for your baby bump. Go ahead and bend at the elbows, give yourself a neck massage. Close your eyes, breathe into your back. Release the hands. If you're comfortable on your forehead, you could take your arms behind you, rest them at your sides. Relax the arms. Bring them next to your face as you push back up, and then coming down into our final resting pose. Some comfort here if you need a pillow or a blanket perhaps. And and letting yourself, your body and your mind fully release and relax. Being very blessed to have this time and this space. Softening your gaze, releasing any thoughts that come into the mind. Just being completely in the moment with your breath and nothing more. Taking a deep breath as we wiggle our fingers and toes, a big stretch, and finally coming back up to seated. Right here in the present, taking your hands to your heart, being grateful for today's practice, and thinking about our week to come, living in the present moment in our physical body, noticing all of our wonderful changes that are taking place within us, and finding a little time to relax. Namaste. Thank you for the beautiful practice today. We'll see you guys next week.